Things that women should avoid accepting from a man. 1. If he says, I'm just looking for a friend and hopefully this grows into a relationship. Avoid this statement because what this statement really does is allow him to have access to you, and if at any time things are getting too serious for him, he can always get out by reminding you that we're just friends. It also sounds good to your ears because it seems like he's just trying to take it slow and not put pressure on you, i.e., love bomb. In a sense, the way he will present this statement to you will almost make it feel like he's giving you the power to make the choice, knowing full well he will be able to take advantage of this later. Remember, always be dating with a purpose. Do not fall into this category where you listen to this bull jive. Always be dating with a purpose. Number 2, ladies, you do not have to remind men of who you are and your accomplishments, i.e., job title, degrees, or how much money you make on your own. These things turn men off for several reasons. But first, let's discuss why this is unnecessary. Remember, men are hunters by nature, and part of being a hunter is knowing as much about your prey or acquired target as possible. Trust me, ladies, if he has chosen to approach you, he's already analyzed what he likes about you, including your education level, job, and lifestyle, etc. Trust me, men are way more observant than you give them credit for. As a matter of fact, men see things all the time whether we speak on it or not. Most women confuse a man not speaking for the fact that he has not noticed, but that's not the case. He just makes mental notes. Reason 2 for not doing this is because masculine alpha males perceive you constantly reminding them of your credentials as a form of usurping his authority in some kind of form. Beta males will accept this behavior, but a dominant male will see this as toxic and steer clear of this type of female. I know you may be proud of your achievements in life, but remember, when trying to attract the masculine who will allow you to walk in your feminine, this is not needed. Number 3, and one of the most important things on this list, stop taking advice from these 2 types of people: single women and men who want to sleep with you. 1. When taking advice from single women, you have to remember this, that if their advice can only come from 2 places. 1, from a failed personal experience. After all, if their advice were solid, they would be saying it while in a successful relationship. Even though we want to see the good in people, trust me, misery loves company. And let's face the truth, women. Women have a tendency to be secretly competitive and jealous of their friends, often giving out backhanded compliments, knowing full well they are not truly happy for you, complimenting your relationship the whole time, wanting what you have. Most women compete with other women, and when most of you are on these live panels with both men and women, the other women see you as competition. Don't argue with me, I see it all the time. Birds of a feather flock together. For instance, if you wanted to become a doctor, you would hang with other doctors. If you want to be in a relationship, ladies, hang out with women who are in successful relationships and watch how they respond and treat their men. Thank me later. 2. Remember, when taking advice from men who want to sleep with you, unless he's your husband, don't take advice from men who want to sleep with you unless he's your husband. This is bad for several reasons. Understand, when a man wants to sleep with you, they will say literally whatever they think you want to hear. Like a preacher who teaches sugar-coated messages to appease his congregation and appeal to their emotions, cunning men use this same tactic with women. Remember, men are hunters. You can rarely trust the advice they are giving if they want to sleep with you. Now, there are exceptions to every rule, but it's best not to play with this at all. Instead, Take advice from the men in your life who genuinely love you and who don't want to sleep with you. Yes, you may not want to hear it, and sometimes your opinions of these men may not be the greatest, but trust me, your grandfather, uncles, dads, and brothers will give you free game that will give you insight that you wouldn't believe. They will always tell you the roughest uncut truth because they don't want anything from you. This is why most mental, verbal, and physically abusive men love to isolate you from these types of men in your family because they know that they cannot hide their red flags from them. Women understand. It's hard for you to see red flags when your emotions for a man are blinding you. No one's blaming you. It's easy for you to pick a man apart that you don't like. It's the one that you have emotions for that you become red flag blind to. If you like this comment, hit the heart. It helps me to know if this advice is helpful and whether I should produce more. And don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let me know whether or not you've heard this before. Also, if you have any questions that I can use for future videos, y'all be blessed.